Welcome back, and you're watching Two Wheels, and we're in Riviersonderend End, which is between Swellendam and Caledon in the Cape. National Enduro motorcycle racing. Over 200 competitors have arrived in this picturesque region for today's event. Well, here's something unusual and different. A parade through the town.
Yeah, well, the club is Cape and Swartland Motocross Club, the Enduro section, Eddie Sullivan. And we've got a team of about 35, 40 people that put this whole event together for us to make this possible. And it's been 8-9 weekends of continuous riding through the days, setting the markers out, spending 2 days at a time here. And it's come together nicely. We're very, very happy with what's been done, and I think we're going to have a very good day today. Gas have come forward, and they're sponsoring the national classes for us, and it's helped us a hell of a lot in now setting out in the financial burden of running such an event. It's nice to see involvement from a manufacturer, which we're battling to get from other manufacturers. And we've got Dog coming up with us and helping us with refreshments and their first time involvement in the sport as well, and we hope it'll just grow from here. And the farmer, we have a lot of help from Kansha Swat, the local farmer. He's the backbone in this whole event, putting everything together. So we've got 17 farmers that we have to go through their land, and that's really been a nightmare, but it's come together very nicely.
The race face of everyone's favorite, Alfie Cox, the man from Pietermaritzburg. The pressure is on him, though, because Jade Goodsight is leading the championship in the open class. In the 200cc class, Barry Creel is in the lead with Jeffrey Wallater in second place, and that man, Lawrence Mahoney, in third. Number 750, Jade Goodsight, a man to watch out for today, and Jeffrey Wallater on bike number 6, about to go down to the starting area. Wallater off on his first loop of this enduro. Special stages and speed stages make up for this event.
Well, we know it's going to be dry and dusty because they haven't had much rain down in the Cape, and you know, we were here last year, but it was a very short loop, and they have now extended it, I think, by about 70 kilometers. And this year I'm coming on the 2-stroke, the 300 KTM. Last year I was on the big 4-stroke, and hopefully in the very tight rocks, I'm sure I'll be a little bit better off. But nevertheless, you know, we've got a lot of competition. We see our new rider moved over to KTM, you know, Jade Goodsight. He's leading the championship so far. So Daryl Curtis winning here last year, I was second. So I think we're going to have a fight. Rion Vliniguk's back with his sore knee. And yeah, it's going to be a very nice race. It looks like they've laid it out very nice. It's a beautiful area. It's actually a nice enduro to come to.
Oh, well, I had a really good ride last year, and hopefully it's going to be the same. I enjoy it down here. The terrain suits my riding. It's rocky, it's quite technical. And, you know, a lot of the guys got stuck. There was some tricky river crossings last year. Alfie got stuck in one of the rivers, and let's hope he gets stuck in the mud again this year.
As always, Daryl Curtis on the gas. And that's Rian van Niekerk making a welcome comeback to enduro racing on a gas. Number 195, David Rudy, behind him at the start. Oh, and these riders are flying through these fields. Number 314, Wayne Field, also gets a good start.
3, 2, 1.
And that's David Thomas on a gas for this year. Hilton Haywood down at the start line on the Shimwells Yamaha. Brand new YZF 250.
Well, it looks like mountains, so that's like Austria. I hope I like it, yeah. I mean, I hope it's not getting too hectic in the big mountains.
Yeah, big mountains ahead. And up in the mountains, that's Brian Bontekoning on gas number 200. Looking for a way through this mountain terrain. A beautiful place to run a national motorcycle enduro. Kawasaki mounted club rider also looks for the route. Bontekoning, though, is on the gas, an early starter in the 200cc class. Follow my leader. Whoa, and he goes right through the trees. I can't see who that is. We're a little bit far away in the helicopter, but an embarrassing moment. Where's my bike? It's in here somewhere. And that's Andrew Ogden leading the 200cc class on his KTM. Up and over these mountains is where these riders have to go. Fortunately, good weather for today's racing. And the CSMX Club have chosen a fantastic area to run this enduro. We couldn't hope for better conditions today. Jay Goodsight goes through the first checkpoint. An aerial shot of that checkpoint as the riders arrive.
Having a good time. There's lots of traction. it's nice and wet. There's no dust. Beautiful. Great.
Wow, that's right. I'm going to go as fast as I can, or as long as I can.
Went overshot and went through, came back through the tape, and they made me go all the way around back to the finish. Eh? But I mean, it was wrong. Everybody overshot through. And I mean, I went back in rounds, you know, and even when I went through, I was pretty confident.
It's been going good. The specials are good. Awesome race. And but I got lost a little bit in the last one, but hopefully we'll make up some more time in the next one.
And Goodside heads off into the fields. KTM screaming through the rev range. And this is Richard Blandford flying along on a Yamaha. Number 225, Rian van Niekerk, over those injuries and back in the saddle. National rider number 21. Now on the program, they've got him down as Gerhard. We don't know what his surname is, but he is motoring on that KTM. Alfie Cox gets away on the big KTM. Oh, thanks, Alfie. Daryl Curtis. Now just listen to this. Ronald McLaren gets the countdown out into the final stage. And that's Wynand Kleinhans on a KTM.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Mike Platt lying in 18th place.
This is the start of the race section 3. It goes up over the mountain. The weather's beautiful. I hope the riders enjoy their ride.
Well, I'm sure they are. Brian Bonderkoning is loving life on the 200 gas. And that's Errol Dalton on the big 300 gas. And where's my bike? It's somewhere here in the bush. No time to stop and help for Brian Bonderkoning. And this is Ralph Bochnich. For a way through that river crossing. Easy does it, Ralph. Big open class KTM. Makes light work of that. River crossings can always catch out these enduro riders. Nothing like getting stuck in that water. Air temperature might be up, but that water temperature is freezing cold. First gear climb out of there. Matt Batters Creel on a Kawasaki, tailing that group. Ace Aldi on a KTM 300, number 715, heads out into the fields. That's Michael Jordan on a Kawasaki in the club class. Mark Body makes easy work of that river. Petrus Foljun, well, not so sure about that one. Down towards the finish area on lap 1, Alfie Cox winds it up on that 300 KTM. Great style of Dakar hero, Alfie. Enduro champion, off-road champion, desert race champion. What else can this man win? Well, the pressure's on for today. He's got to look out for Jade Goodside, who's currently leading the championship. And also this man who is absolutely on a mission. Daryl Curtis out of the saddle, almost over the handlebars. Well, this is situation normal for Daryl. Wide open on the throttle, heading down towards that finish line as some of the club riders are still out in the hillsides. Discussions about the course. Time to refuel for that second lap.
My dad.
Time to get a check at the lap scoring and see who's lying where. David Koch helping out there, clerk of the course. Justin Broadley, only 16 years old. Certainly a family event. And Justin heads off in the regional class.
We've got a rider down out at the mud hole at section 2 with a dislocated hip. So we're just trying to get hold of the medics to get out there and sort the people out. Hopefully we'll get out soon. Be in hospital not too long.
Petrus Foljun, unfortunate rider.
Yeah, I hope it's just strange, but it doesn't feel like it.
What do you think you did?
No, it was very slippery up there. I came down, and as I was sliding around the bike, something hit me just on the side of the leg, and it was painful.
Ruby van Breda heads off on the final section, followed by Peter Swanepoel. Check out those rocks. Ooh, not good for punctures. Alfie, time for some refreshment.
Yeah, it's turned out, you know, it's a nice race, but the marking is just not up to scratch when it comes to the special stage, and we're in front, and it's just so difficult to find your way. We're getting lost in the specials test, and that should never happen. But so far it's okay, but on the second loop we know where we're going. Basically, we've been there before, so hopefully there's a path. On the first loop there's just no path, and it's not so nice to start in the front, but we have to make the most of it.
Hey, it's been good. I nearly crashed my brains out there. No special. Saw that. I'm glad you didn't get on camera, did you? I did. Oh, wow. Well, that's been good today. Otherwise, all my specials have been good. The one before this was excellent, so the marking wasn't too great in the special. I found my way. Oh, it's been good.
Of course, the marking of the circuit always a common complaint, but how do you mark off hundreds of Ks of terrain? And quite often the locals take those markings as souvenirs. Brian Bontekoning comes flying in the 200cc class, currently lying 6th in that class. Looking for his refueling stop. And that's Rian van Niekerk heading off on his second lap. Grant Wheeler comes flying in. Oh, some problems here.
I got a puncture in the third loop and trying to fix it, and think I must catch up a bit of time.
Yes, that's it. It's all about time. And where are those medics? Looks like we've got a broken wrist, or at least a sprain. Rob Davidson on the KTM number 35 comes down through the hillside, riding smoothly and gently. Behind him, Kawasaki flying along underneath the bridge. Great sound effects. That's James McCall on a Kawasaki number 203. And we're waiting at the finish. Find out who is going to win Riviersonderend Enduro. Jade Goodside, and just behind him, Alfie Cox. Of course, it all comes down to the final times that the timekeepers are recording right now. Away from Alfie to those spectators. Goodside finishes. Alfie Cox, 300 KTM. And that's Jeffrey Wallater in the 200cc class. Ooh, bit of a hard landing there. I guess he's happy it's all over. And number 501, Daryl Curtis, comes flying in, as always, out of control. The crowd's favorite as he gets that bike up on its back wheel. We take a look at the results then from the Riviersonderend Enduro. Daryl Curtis, Alfie Cox, and David Thomas in the open class. We split up the 250 class this time. Spencer Creel winning there, Vaynen Claassen and Jason Krauser. Andrew Ogden won the 200cc class, ahead of Rian van Niekerk and Jeffrey Wallater.